Forgive me. I am BrotherRA, recognizing that I am post-traumatic slave and my legacy has been stolen. And with these 2 points in mind, I'd like to read this particular thought. How do I get all the gods out there to recognize their spirituality? Does that make sense? How do I get all the gods out there to recognize their spirituality? We are all divine energies. I'm claiming Father in and of nature, understanding being a digit, a one, an I, accessing my first eye, my pineal gland. I don't believe that has been a plan for melanin dominant people to access their first eye. And let me do say it's 11:32 on February 6th. Yeah, February 6th. The full sphere at the bottom of the stem. I'm glad I did that. That made me think of the NFL. That, brother, I love melanin dominant people, but we are all post-traumatized. And what? It's the Super Bowl. Now we have old-ass Tom Brady, Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus Patrick Mahone, young 25-year-old melanin dominant ass under Kentucky Fried Chicken coach. I'm sorry, Colonel Sanders coach. And so, has this been planned? Is it possible it's a conspiracy? Why did Brady leave to go to the Buccaneers? And, well, Patrick, you can't, all those years of like the stand still and throw. Now you got a little nigga motherfucker. He can run and throw and hit on target. Understand depth perception. I mean, the things of the first eye and being melanin dominant and being BrotherRA, understanding being post-traumatized, and we have been miseducated to have that much fear and doubt and hate within ourselves that we would prefer to value an energy outside of ourselves as opposed to looking within oneself. So if I'm an ancestor and I'm trying to convey this message 7 to 10 generations down the line, how would you do that? And let's give major props to, first of all, BrotherRA has been re-educating himself. Went to Morehouse in Atlanta, and, after going to grammar school, up here in Cambridge and was considered slow and put back in the second grade and finished grammar school in 76. In 1776, a nation was born, born for you and me. They made me sing that shit in 76. And so that school, Houghton School, was torn down and replaced by the Martin Luther King Jr. School, and went to the Cambridge High in Latin, and that school got tore down, and they were going to try to rename the school and just leave it Frederick Rindge Technical or something, Rindge Technical School, and leave the Latin out. And I'm like, no, I'm an academic. I want to go to, I don't want to be a technical individual. I am that one being that digit now at fighting for Cambridge Rindge in Latin. Yeah, that was when I finished high school in 1980. So that was 76. Freshman year had that battle. Got my yearbook over there. But I'm just showing you a particular path. In high school, I put flyers in everyone's locker, vote for a rich treasurer. I became the senior class treasurer, was part of the Black Student Union, was a student advocate, worked on the yearbook staff. That's why you see so many pictures of BrotherRA in the yearbook. In VC, he's like, yup, shit happens. Ain't no pictures of my neighbor in the yearbook. But this particular path that I'm on, decided to go to Morehouse because Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. went there. And, okay, I did a year at Morehouse, but that I wasn't feeling that. So I'm still seeking being my grandmother's grandson. You know, she said in my interview with her, they weren't allowing black women to become ministers. So I wanted to become that minister. And so I get to the Latin school and no, I want to go to academia. I want to be, educated. I just don't want to be a Laverne and Shirley cap on the bottle. But now, as this divine energy, so that particular path led me to live in Washington, D.C. After Morehouse, then came up here, moved to Kingsport, Alexandria, Virginia, Shelley Stark. Yeah, that didn't work out. But lived there, but I met Jim Granger, the author of A Black Man's Bible. And also there, Anthony Browder. And he took us on a tour of Washington, D.C., in understanding why is it designed and it's a square. Oh, wait a minute. What was I talking about in one of the prior shows? That's 10 minutes into this particular segment. Dr. Yosef Ben Yakinen, the African origins of Western religions. You can look him up. He's on YouTube. And after hearing Dr. Ben and then Anthony Browder, after Jim Granger gave me some information, Worlds in Collision, Emmanuel Velikovsky, And so I'm like starting to put things together in my head, this whole matrix. And Anthony Browder talking about, oh my goodness, I had to do my own research. So mean sea level is a particular, so you have not only longitude, but you got a latitude, or the latitude is the meridian. Oh, could that be like where my pelvis connects to my spine? Oh, thank you, Master Heej of the Roxbury Tai Chi Academy. And let's not leave out Steve Coakley. That's the NFL, Steve Coakley. None dare call it a conspiracy. So wait a minute. The Gold Dome, the Massachusetts State House is... Let's deal with the intellect and the mindset of those that value dead slaveholders. Dead slaveholders, this intellectual mecca of the world, all this stolen African math and science, and we don't acknowledge our divinity and all the math and the digits. Why is the one drawn a one? There's a beginning, middle, and end. Does your end blossom? So dealing with dead slaveholders and the insurance companies and so on and so forth. What if? Is there a lot of doubt in your mindset? What if you're not the one? What if you are the one? What if your thoughts matter? And so all the media, and so Patrick Mahone and Tom Brady. So Patrick, let's say the buck stops here. You can be the quarterback on the field, and I'll be the quarterback in the spiritual arena, dealing with the digits and the mindset and reaching the abstract. And I like to use a little adjective, call it the absolute abstract. Oh, do you like my bifocals? So, yeah, forgive me as a post-traumatized slave that's recognizing my stolen legacy. I am putting this information together and understanding my divinity. And so this is a BrotherRA sermon, and Master Heej has not only talked about or shared with me how to, let's say, the mind, the body, and the spirit move as one. Your beginning, middle, and end. Are you rooted and grounded to get to your middle? What is your intent in life? Is your intent to reach the absolute abstract? Or are you just willing to succumb to COVID-19? And if there was an aerosol disease like that, more people would be dead. They're lying.